We got some major breaking news as it was just announced that NASCAR has handed an L1 penalty to the 43 team and Legacy Motor Club. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to your video. As I just said a second ago, it was officially announced by NASCAR that another team has been handed another penalty, as NASCAR confirmed this morning that the 43 team from Legacy Motor Club has been handed an L1 penalty. Here is a report. NASCAR announced they penalized the number 43 Legacy Motor Club team with an L1 level infraction following the Cup Series race on Sunday at Worldwide Technology Raceway near St. Louis. The Chevrolet driven by Erik Jones was found to have a modified greenhouse in post-race inspection, according to a NASCAR spokesman. The result of the penalty is a loss of 60 points and 5 playoff points for the team and driver. NASCAR also suspended crew chief Dave Ellens for the next 2 races and fined him $75,000. The section referenced in the NASCAR rulebook was Section 14.1, Overall Assemblable Vehicle Rules, and 14.1.2.b, Engineering Changelog. It is the same issue that sanctioned body found on 200 motorsports cars earlier this year. Those obviously were the 48 and 24, of course, driven by Alex Bowman and William Byron at the time. The greenhouse top portion of the Cup Series car, including the roof, plus the front and rear glass, everything from the top of the doors upward. Modifications to this area would be made by teams in an attempt to gain an aerodynamic edge. There were two other penalties announced this week. Of course, the 19 team and also we had the 02 team get penalized fines as well. But the main one talking about this. It seems like every week we are talking about penalties. Last week we had the Chase Briscoe penalty for the 14 team. And of course we had the Chase Elliott suspension last week. Then a few weeks ago we had the Austin Dillon penalty in the number 3 team for almost similar infractions to the greenhouse. Then you had the 24 and the 48 team that were also penalized for greenhouse violations as well. These teams have been told by NASCAR to not touch the next-gen car. You cannot mess with the parts. You cannot mess with them. You're going to get handed severe penalties. And these teams are trying to gain an advantage. And yeah, they want to gain advantage and be more consistent and be more upfront on a consistent basis. But at the same token, same time, you're not supposed to mess with the next-gen car. So it seems like these teams are not following the rules that NASCAR has put. And again, I think it's hurting with the TV deals coming up and stuff going forward. Now, the question is going to be, will Legacy Motor Club appeal the penalty? I'm not sure if they're going to. We'll have to wait and see if they do decide to appeal it, but they wouldn't really get much down, honestly. They could I think the lowest they go to is maybe 30 points, but honestly, they could get also a more severe penalty as well and get handed a harsher penalty if NASCAR wanted to. So we may see them appeal penalty. We're not sure, but it seems like every week we're talking about penalties. I just like to go 1 week where we're focusing on the racing product out on the racetrack, and we're not focusing on some sort of penalty or some sort of issues with these teams. I wish these teams would follow the guidelines and they follow the rules that NASCAR sets in place, because it seems like every week we're talking about some sort of penalty. And it's unfortunate, too, because you think about Legacy Motor Club this season. They have struggled in 2023. They have had a down year from 2022. Last year we saw Erik Jones win the Southern 500 when it was petty GMS. We all thought the team was going to take a step forward. They have taken major steps backwards, and this doesn't help the team going forward. So it's just been a bad year. I think Legacy is definitely ready to switch to Toyota. And like I said, they messed with a part and they got trouble. So don't mess with parts or you're going to get caught and you're going to get handed pretty big penalties. Teams should know this, and it seems like they're not listening to NASCAR, and they need to start listening going forward if they don't want to get in trouble, because a lot of teams have been affected this year, and we've heard from people saying that they're going to send at least every car will go at least once to the R&D center, and if they find you're messing with the parts, you're going to end up getting in trouble. So these teams need to understand going forward that if they mess with the next-gen car, they're going to get huge penalties and they're going to get huge fines going forward. So hopefully this is a wake-up call to the teams going forward. Stop messing with the parts. We had the biggest penalty last week with Chase Briscoe. Let's stop messing with the next-gen parts. I don't think Legacy is going to appeal, but we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do in regards to that. And we'll have more updates as time goes on when more information becomes available. So, that is going to be our today's NASCAR news and special breaking news story. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as for on Patreon as well. Links description below that, and comment your thoughts well on today's video. What are your thoughts about Legacy Motor Club getting handed a pretty big penalty, and do you think they will appeal or not? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I have another NASCAR news that's dropping up here a couple hours from now. We got some breaking silly season news we're going to talk about on the channel as well. Then tomorrow we're going to have race picks for Sonoma. And then, of course, Friday I'll have a NASCAR news video. Maybe if anything comes out from this store, we'll have that in the update video on Friday. Then on Saturday, we're going to have 2 videos. We're going to have a video talking about Carson Motorsport, where I think he should drive in 2024. And also, we're going to talk about the Xfinity race as well, Sonoma, the first inaugural race in Sonoma. And then, of course, we will have the Cup race review from Sonoma as well after that race concludes. news, and then we got some big projects dropping on the channel over the coming weeks. We obviously got that big 100 greatest NASCAR drivers video that's going to be dropping on the channel. Also, we're trying to reach 2,500 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you enjoyed today's video, if you're new, make sure to subscribe. We're getting close to 2,000. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's special report, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.